Today, let us discuss the route of administrations of drugs. Different routes of administrations of drugs. There are different routes of administrations, and before discussing about routes of administrations of drugs, now let us discuss about what is drug. Drug is the chemical agents in which whose structure is known to us. A chemical agent in which whose structure is known to us. Structure is known and used in three conditions, that is, first one is diagnosis, and prevention, and treatment. Diagnosis, prevention, and treatment. Drug is the chemical agent in which whose structure is well known to us and used in three conditions: for diagnosis of disease and prevention of disease and for treatment of disease. This is about the drug. And if we discuss about the route of administration, before discussing about the route of administration, there are certain factors which influences the route of administration. First of all, let us discuss what are the factors. First, factors which influences the route of administration of drug in a body. And what is route of administration means? Definition is route of administration is a pathway in which the drug is administered into our body to show its pharmacological action is called route of administration. Once again, route of administration is a pathway in which the drug is administered into our body to show its pharmacological action in our body is called route of administration. If we discuss about the factors which are influencing the route of administration, or route of the factors on which the route of administration is dependent, are the first factor is, let us discuss the first factor. The first factor is it depends on physical properties. First factor is it depends on physical properties. Now let us consider a drug, that is solid particles. Let us consider this is a drug which is solid form, and this solid form of drug is administered into our body through oral form, and it will reach the esophagus, and from esophagus it will reach the stomach, from stomach it will reach the intestine, now from intestine it will go back to the liver, where the metabolism will be taking place, and then it results in the bloodstream for metabolism. This is a normal pathway in which the drug, that is solid or liquid or gaseous particle, will be showing its pharmacological action in this manner. And first property on which the route of administration is dependent, that is physical properties. It includes solid, liquid and gas. Now let us consider the drug in solid form. If we consider a drug in solid form, a solid drug is inserted into our body. Now whenever this solid drug is entered into the stomach, it will reach the stomach, and this solid form of drug will get converted into, or it will undergo disintegration. It will undergo disintegration, that is large sized particle will get converted into small sized particle in the stomach. That is inside the stomach, and this disintegrated particles will get dissolved. It will get dissolved in the bloodstream. So if we consider a solid drug, it undergoes disintegration process and dissolution process, and this is in case of solid particles. That is first case. And if we consider the second case, if we give a liquid dosage form of drug, there is no disintegration process, and as it is liquid particle, it undergoes directly dissolution process. That is second case. And if we had given the gaseous drug particle, gaseous form of drug, there is no formation of there is no process of disintegration and dissolution. Ultimately will be entered into the bloodstream, where it will get distributed. In this way, this route of administration will be dependent on first factor, that is physical factor, that is either it may be solid, liquid or gaseous, and this is first property. And if we discuss second property, that is chemical properties. These chemical properties includes the solubility and pH. It includes solubility and pH, and there are certain form of drugs which are lipid soluble and fat soluble, and lipid soluble and water soluble. The water soluble drugs are given through the oral form, whereas lipid solubility cannot be digested easily or cannot show its metabolic process easily. And if the drug has to show 100% metabolism, then it should be lipid soluble, not a water soluble drug. And there are certain drugs which are acidic in nature and also in basic in nature. The drugs which are acidic in nature will be entering into the intestine or stomach, gastrointestinal tract, and which are basic in nature will enter into the intestine. In this way, it depends on chemical properties, which includes solubility and pH. This is second factor. First factor is physical properties, and second factor is chemical properties, and third factor is site of desirable action. Site of action. It includes site of action, that is third property. And let us consider this site of action includes two categories, that is localized action and other one is general action. Local action and other one is generalized action. There are certain drugs which are given to our body and will act on only local part of a body. Example, if there is any wound in this area, now the drug is administered in topical region, that is, it will show its action on local parts of our body through the topical administration of drug. And generalized drug is a drug. Generalized route of administration is the type of administration in which if there is any infection to the body and it requires to the entire body is generalized form of drug, and localized form of drug is specific to only one part, that is third property, that is site of action. First property is physical properties, chemical properties and site of action, and next property is bioavailability. Fourth property is bioavailability. What is bioavailability means? The rate and extent of drug which is observed from its dosage forms is called bioavailability. The rate and extent of drug which is observed in our body from its dosage forms is called bioavailability. And if we consider a solid form of drug, it has to reach through the esophagus, stomach and intestine and to the liver. In liver it undergoes metabolic process. But if we consider the solid particles, solid drug, there is no 100% metabolism. 100% metabolism cannot be seen in case of solid form of drug. And if we consider the drug which is given through the intravenous form, which is directly given through the blood vessels, which is directly given into the blood vessels, and from here it will reach to the liver. From the blood vessels it will reach to the liver, where the metabolism can take place, and here 100% metabolism can be takes place. 100% metabolism will be taking place in this intravenous form of route of administration. That is second property, that is fourth property, which is bioavailability. And next property is metabolism. As we know that the metabolism is process of conversion of one form of drug into another form of drug, that is either from active form to inactive form, like active form to inactive, or inactive form to active form, like from toxic form to non-toxic form. It depends on metabolism of a drug, and this is fifth property. And next property is rapid response. It depends on rapid response of a drug. If let us consider two cases in which a person who is suffering from headache needs to have a drug within 30 minutes, then normal drug can be given. But in second case, if a person who met with an accident, if there is severe bleeding and he need to give certain drugs to stop the blood, which is immediate or which is required urgently, then certain form of drugs like intravenous drugs should be given. Intravenous IV form of drug should be given to the patient who is met with an accident in which there is severe loss of blood. In this way, rapid response is the factor of route of administration. And next factor is condition of a patient. Patient condition. Patient condition is also one of the important factor which is responsible for route of administration of drug, and these are the factors which are influencing the route of administration, that is physical properties, chemical properties, site of action, bioavailability, metabolism and rapid response, and patient condition. If we discuss about different form of route of administrations of drug, there are two different form of administrations of drugs are present. That is, first one, enteral route of administration. The first type of administration is enteral route of administration, and next one is parenteral route of administration. These are the two different routes of administrations through which the drug is inserted into our body. That is, first one, enteral route of administration, second one is parenteral route of administration. What is enteral route of administration means, whenever the drug is administered into our body, then the drug will move through the intestine, that is from intestine. Once again, enteral route of administration is a type of route of administration in which the administered drug will move through the gastrointestinal tract, and this enteral route includes oral route of administration. It includes oral route of administration, and it includes tablets, capsules and syrups, etc. It includes tablets, capsules, syrups. That is enteral route of administration. And let us discuss in metabolism pathway. There are two different types of metabolism, that is first pass metabolism and bypass metabolism. Let us discuss here metabolism. Divided into first pass and bypass. First pass metabolism and bypass metabolism. First pass metabolism is, let us consider a solid drug entered into the esophagus and from gastrointestinal tract and into the intestine and into the liver, where metabolism takes place and excretion. When this whole process is involved, wherever this whole process is involved, that is called first pass metabolism. And what is bypass metabolism means, let us consider intravenous drug is given, intravenous form of drug is given, then it will directly reaches the liver. It will directly reaches the liver, where the metabolism will be taking place, is called bypass metabolism, which do not include all these pathway. This is first pass metabolism and this is bypass metabolism. This is about type of metabolism. And this is about enteral route of administration. If we discuss next type of parenteral route of administration, What is parenteral route of administration means? It is a type of administration in which the in which the drug is administered into our body, and the drug will be moving in the body beyond the intestine. It moves beyond the intestine. Beyond intestine. It will move beyond the intestine. This is parenteral route of administration. Now, it includes different types of administrations under the parenteral, but enteral route includes only one type of, that is oral route of administration. This oral route of administration will form, or they will follow the first pass metabolism. It follows first pass metabolism. And what are the subdivisions under the parenteral route of administration? That is, first one, sublingual. Sublingual form of route of administration. What is sublingual form of route of administration means? The drug will be kept under the tongue. That is, under the tongue. Under the tongue, and it should be lipid soluble. And when the drug is kept under the tongue, it will get dissolved with saliva and form a paste-like structure, and this paste-like structure will be absorbed into the bloodstream and will show its action. That is sublingual form of route of administration, that is first form, and it will follow bypass metabolism. It follows the bypass metabolism, that is first form, that is sublingual form, and second form is buccal form, or is buccal route. Buccal route of administration is a type of administration in which the drug is kept at the sides of cheeks. And whenever the drug is kept at the sides of cheeks, and it will get dissolved in the buccal cavity. Dissolved in the buccal cavity, and same it follows the bypass metabolism. It follows the bypass metabolism, that is buccal route of administration, that is second route. And third type is rectal route of administration. Rectal route of administration is a type of administration in which the drug is given through the rectum to show its pharmacological action. Given through rectum. Then it gets absorbed into the blood and will show its pharmacological effect. The drugs which are given through the rectal route is diazepam and paracetamol, etc. If there is, and certain creams of piles. The creams which are used in case of piles can be given through the rectal route of administration. That is third type, that is rectal route of administration. And fourth type is subcutaneous route. Subcutaneous route of administration. Subcutaneous route of administration is a route of administration in which the drug is given at the underlayer of skin. Underlayer. At the under layer of skin is subcutaneous layer, and it includes like drugs like insulin injections, and it also follows bypass metabolism. It follows the bypass metabolisms. This is fourth type, that is subcutaneous form, and next type is inhalational route. Fifth type is inhalation type of route. Inhalation type of route is a type of route of administration in which the drug is inhaled through the nose. It is inhaled through the nose, and it follows first pass metabolism. It follows the first pass metabolism, and examples of the drugs which are taken in inhaled route of administration, that is general anesthesia. This is fifth type, and next type of route of administration under parenteral route of administration is nasal route of administration. Nasal route of administration is a route of administration in which the drug is taken through the nasal route, through the nasal cavity. And it also follows first pass metabolism. This is about sixth type, and other form is seventh. Next one is intramuscular, that is IM. Intramuscular form of route of administration of drug is a form of administration through which the drug is inserted in between the muscles. In between muscles. It is given in between the muscles, and it follows first pass metabolism. This is intramuscular form of metabolism, and next type is intravenous. Intravenous type of administration of drug is a form of administration through which the drug is inserted at the inside the veins. In veins, and in vein, if the drug is inserted into the veins, then ultimately next step it will reach the liver. It undergoes metabolism and will show its pharmacological effect, and it shows bypass metabolism. It will show the bypass metabolism. This is 8th type, and next one is 9th type, that is intraperitoneal form. Intraperitoneal form of administration is an administration in which the drug is administered at the peritoneal region. Like at kidneys. That is intraperitoneal form of route of administration. And next type is intra-articular. Intra-articular form of route of administration is a form of administration of drug in which the drug is administered at between the joints. Between the joints. And it also follows first pass metabolism, and it also follows first pass metabolism. And next type is intramedullary form. Intramedullary form of route of administration is a type of administration in which the drug is administered at the inside of bone marrow. Inside of the bone marrow. Inside the bone marrow, and it also follows the bypass metabolism, that is intramedullary form of route of administration, that is 11th type. And the last type, that is last but not least 12th type, is intra-arterial administration. Intra-arterial administration. Intra-arterial form of route of administration is a type of administration in which the drug is administered directly into the arteries. And it follows the bypass metabolism. And these are the types of routes of administrations in which the drug is administered into our body. That is two forms, enteral form and parenteral form. Enteral form it includes oral route, that is tablets, syrups, capsules, whereas parenteral form is a route of administration in which the administered drug will move into the body, that is beyond the intestine. And these are the subdivisions of parenteral route. It includes sublingual form, buccal route, rectal route, subcutaneous route, and inhalation route, nasal route, intramuscular route, and intravenous route, and intraperitoneal route, and intra-articular route, and intramedullary route, and intra-arterial route. Sublingual form is kept under the tongue, and it should be lipid soluble, and it follows the bypass metabolism, whereas buccal route is the drug is kept at the sides of cheeks, and at the sides of cheeks the drug will get dissolved and will be entered into the bloodstream, and it also follows bypass metabolism. And rectal route of administration is the drug is administered through the rectum, and if there is any infections in the rectum, this rectal route is administered. Example, diazepam and paracetamol. And subcutaneous is type of administration in which the drug is administered at the subcutaneous layer of under the skin. It includes insulin injections. And inhalation route is the drug is given in the form of inhalations from the nose. Example, general anesthesia. And next one, it includes nasal route through which the drug is administered from the nasal cavity. And intramuscular, next one is intramuscular. The drug is administered in between the muscles or inside the muscles. It includes triceps. That is, it includes triceps. And next one is intravenous. Inside, drug is given at the inside of the veins. And intraperitoneal means the drug is given at the peritoneal region. And intra-articular is in between the joints. And intramedullary is inside the bone marrow. And intra-arterial means inside the arteries. This is about the route of administration of a drug.